Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I wasn't going to make a video about this. Before we get into the subject matter that I'm referring to, I want to let you all know of the Woke Dingbats t-shirts. You can get them right now. They are $40, which is cheap considering they cost $35 to make, and they are damn well good quality. I'm not making any money from this. In fact, I worked it out. I'm actually spending my own money to send it to you guys. So why in the world would you guys wait? Go and get your very own right now. Link is available in the show description. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I love these shirts and I want you guys to have one as well. And can you imagine the kind of conversations you'll be having? Yes, I do ship internationally as well, which means, hello guys, I'm shipping it internationally out of my own pocket. So there's that. Anyway, go and get yours. Link is available in the show description. Now, today, like I said in the very beginning, I wasn't going to make a video about this, yet here I am, because I think it's important to actually expose people for not telling the truth. Now, personally, I'm subscribed to Dr. Mike, and I like Dr. Mike's stuff, some of the stuff, I should say. Dr. Mike recently went on Jubilee Surrounded, whereby Dr. Mike was surrounded by 25 anti-vaxxers. This is Jubilee. They're a left-leaning network, and lots of people seemingly go viral from the Jubilee Surrounded series, and Eliezer Perez is one of them. Eliezer recently went viral for his Sam Cedar, I think it was, debate that he had about morality versus moral versus perspectives, that sort of thing, which I made my own reaction about that. Now, the reason why I'm making another video is to not only give credit where credit is due to Eliezer Perez, but also to dismantle this whole idea of vaccines. Now, I want to make my statement personally and abundantly clear. I'm not a crazy anti-vaxxer, okay? I just choose not to get vaccinated because I do not like what the science has brought out with vaccines. I happen to know lots of people that have had adverse reactions to vaccines. Does that mean that vaccines have not been a positive to some degree for some people? I'm not saying that at all. But when it comes down to a one particular vaccine that has gone incredibly viral and we're all forced to get it, and I know some people didn't get it, and credit to you guys. I wish I didn't get it because now the science is catching up to what everyone was saying. Oh, you must get it. If you're not getting it, you're unvaccinated, you're the demon, you're the plague, you're going to spread everything. It was nonsense. It was crazy. It was nuts. We were silenced for telling the truth. All the scientists back then, like Jay Bhattacharya and many others, talking about what we all know right now. It's amazing, right? Now you've got people like Dr. Mike, who is a left-leaning doctor. He's a family medical practice guy. He does family medicine, apparently. The guy is a multimillionaire. He's said that many times, but he does that to help people. Credit goes where credit is due, right? But lots of doctors, and I'm not saying that Dr. Mike is by any means paid by Big Pharma, but honestly, lots of doctors are, especially in the US, okay? In the US, you've got advertisements for Big Pharma. I do not trust Big Pharma at all. You get the kind of crazy situation like Dope Sick, the opioid epidemic from one particular pharmacy, not mentioning names because I'll probably get banned. But Purdue Pharma, let's go with that. Purdue, they started the opioid crisis in America with a particular drug known as OxyContin. Now, having learnt that many others like Johnson & Johnson have been in lawsuit after lawsuit for so many different things, it leads me to believe that Big Pharma doesn't really have your best interests at heart. So when they bring out this experimental vaccine, let's say, very, very quickly, I might add, I was rushed. It makes me wonder, can we really trust Big Pharma? It wasn't just one. It was multiple. You had Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna, and I think there was one more. Can't remember the last one. But 3 big pharmacies, especially here in Australia, all came up with, we've got the vaccine that's going to prevent and protect you from a particular virus, which didn't do much. Okay. And some people will go, well, Jay, what about the polioid? Now, some people will go, Jay, what about all the other, vaccines that have been somewhat of a net positive and helped out with healing people in some regards or stopping people? Look, people get the flu shot every single year, and a vast majority of them still end up getting the flu. Sometimes it's worse because the vaccine, it will destroy your natural God-given immune system, which knows how to, it figures things out. It knows how to prevent you from getting sick. Sure, you need some modern medicine to intervene at times because the body can get so sick that it doesn't know how to fight things off and you need a little bit of help. Sure. But lots of people, they get the flu shot, for example, they still get the flu. Sometimes it's worse because the flu shot destroys the immune system and then builds up all these other immunities that are based around the vaccine. So anyway, with that all being said, with that all out of the way, here is Dr. Mike talking to Eleazar Perez, known as Easy Debates over on X, about vaccine skeptics and everything like that. Now, obviously, this is Jubilee, so I can't show you the video because they copyright the living hell out of everything, which is another reason why I didn't want to make this video. But have a watch anyway. Just listen to what they're saying.
RFKjr is a public health threat.
So why do you think he is a threat?
I think that RFK's stances of why he's a public health threat go past the anti-vaccine stances. He's made public statements that HIV doesn't cause AIDS, that poppers, which is a party drug or a recreational drug that people use, is really the reason why AIDS exists. That is not someone who clearly understands science, and I don't want them in charge of a health agency.
Okay, assuming he does become head of the health department, wouldn't he now technically be considered the expert, not an expert, but the expert?
No.
So then, if he put something forth that was anti-vax, and he said we have sufficient evidence to prove this, and then other medical experts such as you, which are pro-vax, went against it, wouldn't now you be categorized as the wrong ones?
No, because it's not based on a single person's opinion. This is a consensus-driven statement, driven by thousands of doctors, dozens of agencies, not just here in the United States, but worldwide as well.
Okay, do you allow your patients to write bad reviews about you if they had a bad experience?
It's not my choice to write it or not write it.
No, do you allow them? Or would you remove it?
No.
No what?
I would not remove it.
Okay, so if we look at Facebook, Google, YouTube, they suppressed so many anti-vax posts, legitimate declarations of they were injured, serious deaths. ABC News went on Facebook and they posted a simple question: who do you know or yourself that was seriously injured from the vaccine? Over 200,000 comments that were then removed by Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg just went on Joe Rogan and he said that Joe Biden, the Biden administration, forced them to censor people. So if someone really believes in their product, why would they do mass censorship to hide it?
I'm a family medicine doctor. I have no idea why they're censoring certain websites or not censoring certain websites. So that's outside of my scope.
Well, that's outside of your scope, but just using logic, just using reasoning. You said you would not remove your patients' bad reviews, so why would we allow these experts to then remove those kind of critics?
Last that I checked, no doctor removes patient bad reviews. No doctor goes on and hides comments. I mean, maybe they do it on an individual level, but not on a systemic level.
Okay. I would just say that RFKjr does appeal to other experts that even if they're vaccine skeptics, they put forth legitimate studies that would be antithetical to the pro-vaccine studies. So you said earlier, misinformation. I would ask, who is the author of misinformation?
Who is the author of misinformation?
Yeah, so misinformation, first off, is predicated on the fact that there's right information. Right information is going to be predicated on the fact that there's absolute truth. Does science state absolute truth?
There's no absolute truth, period.
So if there's no absolute truth within this realm, I don't know why we should completely rule out RFK Jr. and the other experts that he could appeal to.
The reason I rule him out is because he takes information that is not true, like that poppers cause AIDS.
Subjectively true.
It's not subjectively true.
For the time being, because you just said it's provisional truth, meaning it can change with time.
Right, but you can create any sort of statement, and in healthcare, we can't just go off of any statement because someone feels subjectively to be true. We have to do our best to do with limited information that we can.
So Dr. Mike doesn't like RFKjr. Outside of RFKjr's stances on vaccines, by the way, he's not an anti-vaxxer. He's stated that many, many times, but the left loves to overstretch and say things that he didn't really say. So he is just against bad science. He wants good science to come into place and not have big pharma profit from our being sick all the time. And again, in reality, when I look at it, it's just like this big vicious cycle. Dr. Mike is in family medicine. He sees people all the time. He knows that people are sick. And isn't the goal of a doctor to not see the patient again? You don't want to have to see your patient ever again. You want to, if you're coming to the doctor for something that you've got wrong with you, you want the doctor to be able to help to get to the bottom of whatever it is and possibly give you guidance on how you can be healed from that ailment, right? Or if it's something that's extra serious, you go see specialists. But the problem we've got nowadays is everyone goes to the doctor. It's a quick fix. It's like 5-10 minutes in the doctor. And this is like one of the things that Dr. Mike regularly talks about. You're in the doctor for like 5-10 minutes. You don't have nearly enough time to get to know the patient. And then all of a sudden, the doctor's prescribing medication based on what he thinks is wrong with the person. Now, obviously, doctors are supposedly well-trained to know certain ailments based on the symptoms of what the person is saying, the doctor, but you're sort of like in and out. Like you're not truly always getting better, are you? Now, I'm no doctor. I'm no scientist. Neither is RFKjr. But he's got so many people around him, like Peter McCullough. You've got others as well that I could rattle off that are Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, for example. You've got countless people that know science, and they're saying, let's go this way. Let's look at it from a very different lens. Let's help people. Let's make people healthy. That's what RFKjr wants to do. And if you've got someone like Dr. Mike, his business is unhealthy people. So he would go out of business if he didn't and wasn't able to treat unhealthy people, right? So if you've got RFKjr that wants to fix the water, fix the fast food, you can still get it, but fix the ingredients in those fast food stuff, make people healthy. Once again, get out in the sun, exercise, doing things that actually helps you. And what Eliezer said quite brilliantly is pointing to how you've got all of these like vaccine injuries and people that have had adverse effects, and they know someone on social media, right? They were censored by Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan recently and openly talked about it. Like, that is still important. So why in the world are Facebook companies, because Joe Biden told them to? Like, why is it that politics are getting involved with health all of a sudden and telling social media companies what to say and what not to say, what to censor, what not to censor? Like, that is a problem. It shows to me that they don't really have your best interest at heart, because if they really did, they would allow open dialogue and open conversation about it. Oh, no, we can't have that. No, this is dangerous. This is misinformation, disinformation. No, it's not. You've got people, everyone's health is different. My health is different to your health. It's just the way that it is. So if that is the case, I am allowed to say that I had an adverse reaction to a certain vaccine that I didn't want to take. That is allowed, or it should be allowed. And countless others I know have died from taking such a shot. So does their story matter less? No, it doesn't. It matters a great deal. So I'm in favor of good science. I'm in favor of science that makes sense. And I'm also in favor of medicine. I am actually in favor of modern medicine as well as I am with holistic medicine. I think they both needs to play a particular role with each other. I've had my fair share of health struggles. You can read about it in my book. This is just a few of them, by the way. Link is available in the show description, in case you're wondering. But I've come to realize the older that I get, the more that I look after my gut, the more that I look after my overall health with exercise, getting sun. I haven't been sick in like literally over 3-4 years because I have been looking after. And if I was getting anywhere close to getting sick, I would take the right kind of vitamins, go to bed earlier, wake up, feel refreshed, go out in the sun, exercise. It works. And just building up the immune system, which is actually mostly in the gut. So get your gut right and everything else works. Anyway, you don't need to listen to me, but those are my thoughts on the Eliezer debate with Dr. Mike. Okay, so you guys take care, be blessed, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But see you guys in the next video.